Hey friend, welcome to Lupa Speaks and Chronically Plan, where faith meets strategy and planning isn't just about getting things done, it's about being intentional, making life work for you, and walking in alignment with the purpose God has for you. I'm Shadrika Holmes, and lately I've been shifting, learning how to build a life and a business and a routine that actually fits where I am right now. And before we push forward, we need to make sure we are not just busy, but actually moving in the right direction. And so that's why I created Chronically Planned, because managing life with chronic illness shouldn't mean giving up on your goals. You just need to do it in a different way. So if you've been feeling stuck, exhausted, or like you don't even know what the next step should be, stick with me. Let's talk about faith, planning, and actually making moves that feel good and make sense. You ready? So let's get into it. Hey friend, welcome back to the Chronically Planned podcast, the raw, unfiltered space where we share real stories, real struggles, and real strength. I'm your host, Shadrika Holmes, and today we're going to talk about what is next after becoming her. And let me just tell you, honey, God has been moving. So let's get into today's episode. I just got back from the podcast summit, and baby, that experience was everything. Being in the same room with other content creators, podcasters, and entrepreneurs making 6, 7, 8 figures, it was inspiring. I was humbled, and honestly, it was life-changing. I really learned so much about how important it is to put myself out there, get out of my comfort zone, and just how I really could help other content creators in the chronic illness space step by step, because it really is room for all of us to grow. We're all serving the same community, and we have lanes of our own that we can step into with confidence to be able to serve in this community. And I just can't wait to share what's coming up. The experience was, getting in a place where the possibility for me to grow this thing is bigger than what I ever thought. And I know that in the back of my mind, like, God can exceedingly and abundantly do things bigger than what you're thinking about. But just like sitting in that experience and seeing what God has done for those people and what's next for me. I'm just so thankful. Shout out to my friend, Marika at Joyfully Chosen. Like, she really pushed me to connect with these people because I was humble. I was like, I'm just going to sit here. I'm just glad to be in a room with them. But no, she showed me how it is important to go after what you want. Sit with the people, connect with the people, talk to the people that you want to connect with. So I was able to talk to Omar and Brandy Harvey and these people y'all probably don't even know, but you need to get in the room. I mean, Donnie Wiggins, like, just all these powerful people that just had so much to share. I left with so many notes and things that I can build with this business, stuff that I've already been doing, but just refining everything, helping you be able to build a email list, create digital products, refine your bio, mastering your content, just growing a sustainable brand, all while you have a chronic illness and you are managing your time and energy, and also being able to take care of yourself. So I definitely left with some action steps that I'm going to be able to apply and share with you, and I just cannot wait. I would definitely invest in going again next year just to see my own growth from where I've been and how I started and, when I go back with. So, yeah, if you have not heard of the Podcast Summit, you should definitely look into David Shands, Donnie Wiggins, the Social Proof Podcast. Get yourself together. This is where you get to the next level. You learn, you grow, and just being in a room, like I said, with other entrepreneurs is definitely amazing. All right, so here's the thing. I'm not going to keep all this information to myself. This fall, I will be relaunching the Inner Circle Content Club, which is a community for chronic illness warriors who want to take their story, their experiences, and life with lupus and turn them into content creation, podcasting, digital products, you name it. Whatever you need to learn, I got you. Inside, I will break down how to start and grow your email list, how to create and sell digital products, how to perfect your bio, um, and just how to create content that connects and converts because, you know, you'll be able to connect with other community leaders on the same journey. You'll be able to bounce ideas around and get the behind the scenes steps that I'm going to take you through. Um, it's going to be like that hand in hand group community because at the end of the day, I know as a content creator with a chronic illness, my journey, my hustle, what I need to do is not the same as someone else's. And I fully understand how you have to pace yourself because you literally could be in a flare one day and feel 1,000% better the next. And so you need systems, and that is where the content club comes in at because I'll be helping you plan and organize a way where you will be able to get this stuff done. Like my good friend Roxanne told me, it is impossible to heal yourself when you are so disorganized. And she's absolutely right. And I know this to be true. In order to heal, grow, and be a light and of service to this community, you have to organize yourself. Okay. And that is what you'll be getting from me in the Inner Circle Content Club. And so the only way to do this is to join the waiting list. The link will be in my show notes. So you make sure you sign up so you're the first to know when those doors open. I may even run a discount where you can get in and lock in your price. So you just gotta, stay in the loop. That is why you should be also subscribed to my newsletter so you can be updated on what's going on. All right. So with all of that, with the everything that I've been doing, how I've been growing, how I've been becoming her, you know, that next step is walking it out, living it out. And I feel that the Lord has been speaking to me and I have to step back. I'm going to take a little sabbatical. I'm going to sit with God. I'm going to get more clear and more prepared for what's next. I'm still going to be working behind the scenes, and in the fall, the podcast will be coming back under the original name. I know I have, listened to you all. I have, done polls. I've listened to people who are really close to me. And Lupus Speaks podcast is just where it's at. Okay. We're going to be going so deep into the real stories, the real struggles, and the faith and the fight, the tenacity, the grit that it takes to keep going. So, the next step from becoming still, becoming whole, becoming clear, becoming her is living it out. And so I will be documenting this entire process. So you just have to, stay in the loop, like I said, because um, I will be sending updates. So you have to be on the email list so I can share what's going on behind the scenes and let you know how you can continue to work with me, but also being able to see the journey. It's going to be fun. Like I said, I've learned so much, like what to do when it comes to beginning a YouTube podcast, what it's like to do an audio podcast. Like I've been doing this for a while. So I'm really going to be able to share with you a lot. But I think that I want to leave you with a few things, okay? Because as you're on this becoming journey of all the steps that it really takes to be her, I want you to take a break and really, really write this stuff out because it matters. It matters to know what you're doing. So basically, the gap between where I am right now and where I was, it doesn't seem impossible, you know. So I'm basically just gonna leave this with you on what it's actually looking like to live out what you've been building from the inside. So the whole journey started with becoming. So that was step one. Living it out is step two. And it's going to look different for everybody. And for me, it is, number one, it's just anchoring in the identity. Okay. This is where you will remind yourself of who you are right now and not the old you, the person who settled, the person that's had low self esteem, the person who doubt themselves, the person that didn't try to work on limiting beliefs, the one who dimmed her light, the one who knows that she has a purpose. And that's where I'm at, So for me, I'm in my journal, I'm in my prayer time, I'm in the boundaries I set, I'm anchoring my identity in the person that I am becoming. And that takes you to take the time to do it, do the work, step into it, live it out. That's the next step. Then two, you need to make aligned decisions. This is connecting with the becoming clear. You need to start asking yourself simple questions, like before I say yes to anything, would the person that I'm becoming do this? If the answer is no, you got to let it go. You got to be able to be comfortable with stepping and living out what it is to be the person that has this purpose that you just cannot let go. And then you need to create moments where you stretch. Like this was a perfect example of me being at this podcast summit, was building the confidence to walk up and talk to people and ask questions, shaking people's hands that I just kind of like was like, ooh, they're big. Not living out the fact that you might have to pitch yourself on something. Maybe you have to ask somebody, to join your show. Maybe you have to finally launch that idea that you've been sitting on, that you've just been writing in your journal. You finally have to go and get the coach that you need, the mentor that you need to ask to help do whatever it is that you dreaming to do. That stretching moment, putting yourself in environments, going to these lupus events, signing up and connecting with the people that know how to do what you want to do. Create those stretching moments. Those opportunities aren't going to just fall in your lap. You're going to have to make aligned decisions and stretch yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. And then you want to make sure that you're always working on yourself so that way you can serve from an overflow. This is one of the reasons why I am taking a step back, because I know that the capacity that I have and the overflow of all the things that I've learned, I want to be able to pour into my inner circle content club with all the love, with all the peace. And so that means that I'm going to have to protect myself and my capacity. And I know personally there are some things that I'm still working through, adjusting to the whole foods diet, or not everything, not diet, but just a lifestyle of eating cleaner. I'm working on that, working on getting up and doing some type of movement and exercise. I'm trying to be consistent with that, and taking my vitamins, actually speaking affirmations, like literally taking the sticky note and writing on every mirror in my house that I can find. Those are the things that I am doing to live out the becoming stuff that I have talked about. And so in order to do that, I have to protect myself so I can serve from an overflow, giving out of abundance and not depleting myself, trying to do all these things and give. So if you're the type of person that's an overachiever, a person that overly gives, over person that, gets anxiety for saying no to someone, you need to work on that. You need to pull back so that way you can serve in a way that is great. Put yourself in environments where you are being poured into. And that's why I'm saying it's great to get into community. All right. So I believe that is it for the show. Um, I hope that you get something out of this. Like I said before, if you want to stay updated during my break, you have to be on my email list. That's where I'm going to send all the updates and all the things that you can do to work with me as I'm on my break. So, thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Chronically Planned podcast. If something here resonated with you, please, please share it with another warrior who really need to hear this. Subscribe, leave me a review. I mean, honestly, your conversations, your reviews, everything that you share with me is so valuable. You can even send me an email or a DM after listening to this episode and be like, hey, yes, sis, I connected with that. Hey, I liked it, the Lupus Speaks podcast so much more. Like, I need to know from you what direction I need to go in. I want to serve you in the best possible way. So please go in the show notes, getting on that list to join the inner circle, and DM me at Lupus Speaks. And until next time, take care of yourself. Speak your truth. Okay? Keep that tenacity. Keep going. And remember, lupus may shape our journey, but it does not and will not define our strength.